He's on 0% engine health right now. He's just limping it to the finish line. Hey, we made it to the end with one car. No, we didn't even. We didn't even make it to the end with one car. He's got another lap to go. Alright guys, hello and welcome back to Motorsport Manager. Welcome to Italy and welcome to the race of Italy. If you guys remember, in the last episode we did already finish the training session, and in our current setup there is no sort of qualifying or anything. It's really just kind of the... Whoa, really sorry for that one. I kind of just knocked something over. It's really just more the inverse of the current position of drivers in the championship is how they start. So that's the way that it works right now. But with that said, let's actually add some of this knowledge to these driver cars. It does look as though we really only have the soft tires knowledge and the race trim knowledge. So there is not really much of anything else to be had. I'm not quite sure though if there was no like rain expected or something during this race. I was thinking there was, but maybe not. Okay, one way or another though, let's go through the car setup. So let's see if we can improve on the speed balance here, if we do sort of know where we wanted to go with this. Okay, so good, poor. I think we need a bit more acceleration for Anthony. So the idea would be to just get the gear ratio a tad bit shorter, and that way hopefully make her happy. Other than that, question being, what kind of tires would we want to start on? We've got 21 laps to go. These tires are estimated to last about 8 to 10, so that would probably one way or another put us on the 10-stop strategy. I've kind of felt, I mean, our chassis isn't really good with tire wear, right? So we kind of got to always go like estimate a bit lower than this. So it's probably more like 10 and 11 here. It's probably more like 6 to 7 here. So it's really not going to be that great for tire wear. And I think if we would do these, we would definitely have to go out on this 3-stop strategy. Not 3-stop, 2-stop strategy rather. So we would maybe have like 7, 14, so we could maybe carry through with 3 softs, or we can start on mediums, go for like, I don't think we would go for much more than 10 laps, but it's like, oh, fuel is 9 laps though, so that's very interesting. So I think let's go use softs then. Let's go, should we go with 9 or 8 laps of fuel? I'm not quite sure. The thing is that our cars are still not that reliable, right? So we can't always go max power all the way through. So I would rather, I think, go with 8 laps of fuel, at least for Anthony, and confirm that. And now we've got him. So do we have any more knowledge here? What we want more? No, I would just leave it here because great is pretty good already, and I don't want to throw anything off balance here, I don't think. I really want to try somehow to get one of these, but it's like a 1-stop is going to be very hard again, right? Where even with conserving all the fuel we can, we'll probably only get to 10 laps of fuel, so we're going to run into a situation again most likely where we will run out of fuel and we won't actually make it to the finish line. So question being, I'm not sure what actual mods we have installed in the cars, because I do remember that we developed an engine that used less fuel. I'm not sure which car that may be in, or can I see that somewhere? Here, no. Okay, doesn't look like I can actually see that right here, so that's a bit of an issue. I think in that case I don't really want to risk anything here, and I want to go with 2 stops for both of these cars. Maybe we can try and carry it through a bit long with Gomez. Him being at 3rd place means he's probably a bit further back in the Drivers' Championship. So I would go for 9 laps with Gomez, I think, and for 8 laps with Anthony for the time being. And then we can just see how that goes. I mean, I kind of think it's going to be, what it boils down to is probably going to be 7 and 8, which is totally fine, because 7 means we can do 7 and 14 for stops, and then we carry through to lap 21, and then we do. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. Because I mean, initially we're going to burn a bit more fuel, so I still want to have a bit of overhead in there. Now, with all that set up, let me go and get all these strategies to the max for the start. We'll only carry that through very quickly. Afterwards, I'll probably turn down the tires to probably more like neutral, honestly, given like the way that our cars grind through tires, and I'll leave the engine in high. So that's kind of the idea right there. With that said, let's start a race. Let's hop in, skip that whole lineup, and let's see how we can do. So this is the front right here. Gomez in third, Anthony in fifth, and Anthony had a really nice start. Question being if she can actually hold that spot. It looks like it. Very nice. Second spot for Gomez. Anthony coming up on third too. It looks like he's losing it again, is it? Oh yeah, Anthony just got like handed through all the way. Gomez is holding that spot nicely, but he is now going to get overtaken, I think, very soon. With that said, I am going to turn down the fuel strategies to high here already, I'm pretty sure. And I will also start getting the tire strategies down to at least push. Gomez is still holding that space. No more. Just look at the speed difference on the straight line, holy moly. Yeah, that's pretty mad. Okay, now with that said, let's get the tires down to neutral. I'm going to keep the engines at the strategy, and we're going to get things to 2 times speed, so we can still kind of observe what's going on. Our sponsor objective, by the way, is going to be 13th and above. So with Anthony performing like a champ right there, she will definitely not be the one carrying us to that, I don't think. Gomez just getting handed. Oh my god, just look at this. We're so bad. Like, I mean, it's not even the driver, it's just like straight line. Look at the straight line speed. It's mad. And that's why I'm kind of thinking, right, maybe you shouldn't always listen to the drivers just as much. It's like, they want more acceleration, but look at this. Like, everybody on this grid has 15 bajillion times more top speed than us. They're just all pulling past us because we can't keep up with the top speed. I'm really not sure. I think it's just a bit like, maybe this whole drivers feel like XYZ thing is super misleading. Because like, what I would do on a track like this is I would go as little downforce as possible, and I always just go max speed. Well, maybe not as little as possible, but you know, a lot less and a lot more top speed. Because like, look at this. We're just getting handed through like crazy, and we can't do anything. What a messed up race already, isn't it? This is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, like 18th spots. We are conserving the tires somewhat nicely, so that's somewhat good news, I suppose. But other than that, I really don't know. I'm gonna set the tires to push again because I feel. How is she using so much more tire than him, by the way? That's actually crazy. They're all both running on the same strategies, so her being 10% lower on tire wear is very significant, to be honest. That's pretty crazy. I'll have to say that. But yeah, so I mean, we've got the soft tire expertise at least, so I think we're just going to carry through with the soft tires all the way through. Now, let me check out how they are doing for fuel here. This is the straight line, so we would want to go in. Well, I'm going to actually go in lap 8. No, we're going to go in lap 7 because these guys are already in lap 7. So we're going to go in lap 7 with Anthony, lap 8 with Gomez as we planned. We've got 1.24 laps of fuel, so maybe we can have Anthony push a bit at the very end. I'll just swap to her just to kind of see how we're doing right there. I'm going to also already call the pit. Going to get new softs. We're going to get her another. How do we start out? 8 laps of fuel, right? So that's what we're going to do. And part condition looking very nicely overall. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to leave it on balance. There we go. Okay, but I mean, to be honest, what do I even say? I'm going to put her on overtake now because she's like very much at the end of the lap. But I really don't know what to say here. Like, our cars are just super inferior, it feels like. He's on 1.2 laps of fuel, so I don't think I'm going to get him to the max fuel strategy. Did she just run out of fuel? No, she's just in the box, though, so that's pretty decent timing right there. We're going to get... can I... Ah, that's how I turn the camera. Look at that. So this one's going to be a curious one, to be honest, because that guy is right in front of her. Oh! He had to wait. Okay, great. Well, that's a spot made up, but we also lost one to that dude, apparently, so not too successful on that side of things. I'm going to set him to actually attack on the tires, and we're going to get him into the pit lane this lap as well. Going to get him up to 8 laps of fuel too, because obviously now we don't need the extra lap anymore, and then we're just going to go and say pit. Okay, now we're obviously ninth spot right now, but all these guys have already boxed, so that's not really indicative of where he is on the grid. So let's see. This guy, for example, is right behind him, so that's going to be a very... Come on, no! How are you taking so long to box? Oh, there was a refueling mistake. Okay, now. Anthony can go back down to high, I think. I feel that we can leave the tires on a bit more of a... Oh, hey, great. My two cars are pretty much at the back of the grid. Isn't that a good feeling? Ah, guys. I really had hoped that we got somewhere with these developments. Seriously, already? It's 43%. How's the engine already making weird sounds? Come on. Don't do me like that. But yeah, like, this is honestly pretty darn bad, isn't it? Like, look at it. We're so far behind. Oh, we're catching up a bit. But I don't like it at all. So we can see here, 17th spot, 1.875 seconds, and we're actually losing time on the dude. Like, mad. Look at this. I think we should maybe take a new philosophy with the whole setup thing, should we not? I feel... I don't know. It kind of feels like the drivers just don't have a clue of what they're talking about. We're actually catching up now, which is interesting. But yeah, like, see, in these curve parts, we're catching up pretty nicely. But once it goes a straight line, look at the amount of time we're losing right here. I don't know. As much as he's catching up now, I feel it's more due to his tires being better and his fuel strategy being more aggressive than anything, to be honest. And let's think about this for a second, right? Didn't we say we wanted to get Anthony in the 14th lap? We're in the 12th lap already. So that's like another 3 laps. Well, 2.5 really. I think we can get on a bit more of an aggressive strategy. So let's push the engine a bit for a second here, just to make sure that we are not leaving any excess fuel behind. Now look at the straight line. So we are 13th lap right now. We want to get him in the in the 16th. So that's pretty fine. She's got a lot of excess fuel, doesn't she? She's got a lot of excess fuel. That's actually pretty weird, I think. And that's a weird bug with the game, by the way, right? I sometimes refuel cars to go for nice overtake, by the way. Finally a spot 1 on the grid. Engine prop, come on. How's it going down that quickly? This is not great. I really don't like that. I think we'll have to underfuel the car for the last one and just kind of go to medium fuel, or like put it spot on and go to medium fuel strategy, something like that. It's a bit of an issue. We are coming up on the 14th lap right now, so Anthony will be going in soon. He will have another lap out, so let's push the tyres a bit more. He's got a bit more tyre left. She can push the tyre too, and she will be going in this lap for another set of softs. How many laps will she still have? She will have another 7, right? Yeah, will she? Yeah. So that should be another 7. So let's get it to 6.33. That should be 7 in the end then. Actually, she's got a lot of engine condition, right? No, she doesn't. Okay, so we're going to get it to 6.33, and we're just going to leave it on a conservative engine strategy. And we're going to leave it at balanced. I think we're going to go fast for Gomez later, maybe, just to try and win a few seconds right there. Now, these engines all being broke is a bit of a big issue, so I really don't like that, but not really much I can do about that right now. I'm not going to send them in for repairs. That's going to cost me a lot of time that, frankly, I just don't have right now. With that said, he's got another 1.2 laps of fuel, so that's great. I am going to leave him out there for a second, and Anthony is now in, going for a quick tyre change, refuel, hopefully no more mistakes, thanks a lot. And we're going to leave it on an overtake for a second. I am going to also leave it on attack for a second, but not for very long. Now, with Gomez, same thing. Getting them in. We will have 6 laps to go on Gomez only, so I'll get it up to 5.08. That should round up to 6 when they fill it up for whatever reason. Current condition, can't really do much of anything about that. I'm going to give it to... Actually, it's just 2 seconds for an extra 10% of a risk. I don't like that. Let's keep it at balanced, honestly. I don't think we can really afford to take all that much risk right there. And with that said, last few seconds of max power, and there you go. Okay, so Anthony now, we're going to get the engine tuned down to medium. I'm going to get the wheels to push for the time being, and then I'm going to let her attack a bit more in the last few seconds. Gomez on the other hand side, back to 19th spot. I'm telling you guys, like, how am I even at the very end of this? Yeah, I can't do anything about that, I'm sorry. It looks like there's a few people still due for the stop, so let's hope that way we can get him in front. I'm going to leave him on an aggressive strategy for a second here. Gonna get it down to medium now for the engine, because I don't have that much fuel. And how are we doing? Okay, 19%. There is a bit still left in that, and he is... Okay, that's good. Why did he only overtake 2? It looked like there were more people in the box. Maybe it's not quite as good. Guys, I think we are kind of... I feel that's kind of the position we'll end up with. And I'm really unhappy about it, I'll have to say. Like, given how much we've pushed into the engine and other parts, and I know, everything's falling apart, but given how much we've pushed into everything, I do not feel this is the result we should have, no, just keep churning. It's fine. You've got a lot more tire left than Anthony does. But yeah, I don't feel this is the result that we kind of should have expected here. I mean, we're coming up on the 16th spot with him a bit, you know. Are we? Not, we are not even coming up on the 16th spot with him, so yeah. I don't know. I'm really not happy. What do I say? We've got enough fuel. Uh-oh. God. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. Fingers crossed that he will be fine. But yeah, like, Anthony now retired even because the flippin' engine exploded. He's smoking, getting down to... So, like, our engines didn't even survive the flippin' race. Look at this. He's on 0% engine health right now. He's just limping it to the finish line. Hey, we made it to the end with one car. No, we didn't even. We didn't even make it to the end with one car. He's got another lap to go. Are you for real? Is he even going to make it to the finish line? Oh my god. Guys, I'm literally, this is literally worse than anything I could have expected, isn't it? What a bad race. I'm really unhappy with that. I'm not sure where we were with, like, engine development and everything. But we've got the 2 last spaces. One of the cars didn't even make it. What a bad race. What a bad race. So the one thing I have to say I'm kind of wondering about is if I should actually keep listening to driver advice for, like, what they want. Because I do feel we just lost out a lot on that straight line speed. But other than that, holy moly. Was that a bad performance? We've got no rule-breaking risks, so that should be fine, but what a bad race. I think this is literally my worst race so far. See, that's at least a nice clickbaity title for YouTube, I suppose. But, like... yeah, pretty lame overall. I very much agree. Very much below the performance I would have expected or hoped for, or anything really. Like, I don't even know what to say about a result like that, because we have pushed a lot of stuff into development, as you guys may know. I mean, our brakes were pretty decent, but obviously our engine was not at all. We don't have a decent driver yet, obviously, so that's a bit of an issue too, but I think it's mainly just mostly the car being to blame there, because you guys saw it on the straight line. Like, everybody easily overtook us on the straight line. So yeah, part condition went down a lot. I'm not gonna get an interview done on this race. That was just absolutely bad. Pit stop summary, scouting report finished. Katie Linares, low quality. Okay, so Katie's not too interesting then. Who else do I have that I would like to check out? What was up with Hong Liao and everything? Did he not want to? Yeah, okay. Okay, maybe a bit later then. Like, I'm gonna favorite these two, but it doesn't look like any of them wants to work with me right now. Which is honestly not surprising given how bad my car is. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I'm just gonna keep looking around a bit, see what other options I may be able to find. I also need to take care of the pit crew. Holy moly, this dude has absolutely no condition left in him. So I don't even have anybody that's good for that position. Can I maybe hire somebody? Oh, you're great. Let's hire him. Totally worth it. Okay. One great replacement dude, but I'm gonna get him in on the tires. I've got another one that's replaceable with this dude, I suppose. So let's get these two replaced, and these guys can chill, and everybody else is still, I mean, he's not too great, but I don't have a replacement for him, so I guess he'll just have to hang in there for the time being. That said, I mean, honestly, there's like a few dudes where I'm like, what are you even doing in here? Like, even for a rear jack or something, this dude is just oof. Like, I think we'll have to go back and fire a few dudes eventually, but right now we just don't really have the supply of new pit crew coming in that we would need for that. I would like to fill up these 2 slots first, and then I would start looking back at things and improving and everything. So it looks like we're making a new engine still, so I think we were just missing that in the race just now, so hopefully that's going to help us out in the next one then. What I do want to have a look at though is going to be the next race, so we will need acceleration. Yeah, low speed corners I can't do anything about, and top speed is useful. So it's great that we're developing an engine. Gearbox would kind of be the next thing to be working on, I suppose. Now, let me, I guess, just fast forward till the car repair is complete. Just like that. I think a few new things came in, no? No, nothing new. Alright. So, looking back at this and improving cars and everything, we're working on reliability apparently. Yeah, because these brakes are pretty bad. This engine doesn't seem like I've even... Yeah, so I haven't even installed it anywhere. But yeah, I mean, look at the engine. Okay, I mean, you gotta give it that. This engine has 0 performance. How is it even possible? Like, yeah. Okay, you gotta give it that, right? These engines are pretty abysmal. We've got this one, which is kind of nice because it's got an improved fuel efficiency, so I do love that. But it's obviously got to be pushed a good bunch for reliability and performance, so that's something for the guys to work on. But for the time being, I'm going to push the brake reliability till it's about at 70%, I think. Then I'm going to go for the engine reliability. I'm going to get it into some car, and hopefully we're going to get the new engine into some car as well. And then we'll, fingers crossed, let's see where we're at. Okay, 71, perfect. So, reliability on this engine then, I will... I mean, seriously, who's... like... 14.8... yeah... well, she's got the worst brakes, so I would just give her... I mean, honestly, maybe we can have one car that's a bit better than the other, because I don't think we've really got the money to develop two that are really, really good. And given sponsorship goals, we should probably go that route, so that when I actually hire drivers, I think I would have like a number one and a number two, and the number two just gets the worst car, because I don't have the money to develop two cars that are really, really good, but I need one that is really solid. So I'm going to give her the other engine. If I can do that right now, which means that for now she's obviously going to have the better engine, but soon TM we're going to give it to Andre Gomez, and then that will be the number one car whenever we have got that done. But with that said, I think let's continue. Let's get the reliability up a good bunch more, and here is the point when designing the engine will be finished. We are being pulled out for some reason now. Is it because some race is coming up or something? Felipe Nunes, one of the weakest drivers. Okay, I'm going to get a new scouting task in for him. Oh, he's actually got 2 done. Wait a second. Yeah, Sarah Thomas. Okay, well, Sarah Thomas looks like she's not really got much of any development potential, so that's kind of a bit annoying too. I'm just going to keep going with other drivers, you know, getting all these dudes scouted out, and hopefully we can find a few talents that are going to be interested to work with us. Now, engine, another 2 days for that. We are still very much working away at this, and it does look like there is a race coming up right there. Now, how many more days till the actual race starts? I am not too sure, I'll have to say. Looks like it's still going to be a good bit. With that said, engine design finished, absolutely great. That's a bit of performance potential, isn't it? I'm happy with that. Now, was the plan to develop a third one? I think it was, wasn't it? That's a lot of money, I'll have to say. But I think it's always kind of worth focusing on one part. So, I can go... No, it's locked. Requires test track at level 1. Okay, so we can't go for a better engine then. We would need to start with something else. And I would say that gearbox is probably going to be the next point right here. So we would have this one right here, I think. And then we could eventually go for something like this, which is going to be nice. And there goes my phone. Not muted, as always. Great times. I'm really sorry for that. So... yeah, I think let's build that part. Let's go for another gearbox. We will develop 2 gearboxes, and I think that's about it for developments for this season, because as you guys can see, our budget is getting really, really low, and we will need a bunch more budget for the rest of the season out there. So that's that. That's in development. I'm going to fit the engine to the Gomez car right here, and we're going to need to actually get the reliability up for the time being, because as you guys can see, performance is still at 6 as well, just as is the other engine. So I don't think we're going to get the actual performance out of that until a bit later, but for the time being the priority is to actually not have the thing fall apart in the first race. So what do we have here? Report on the upcoming race. Okay, well, that's cool. It's going to be a bit still till the race. Right handling facility. Yeah, I know. I would like to build more stuff too, but I don't have the money for it. But yeah, look at this. Tire wear, tire heating, fuel efficiency, improvability. Yeah. We're going to need to stick a lot more money into chassis development in the next season. Hopefully we will be able to. That said, race coming up. Race being done. Cool stuff. Let's move on a bit more. Financial management. Are you not happy? Coffers aren't looking healthy. Yeah. You're right. I know. But we do have a sponsor slot coming up here for the fixed payment sponsors, so hopefully that's going to allow us at least a bit of improvement soon. I am... Where am I coming up on with, like, reliability? 52? Oh, God. Oh, no, please. Okay, it looks like we're going to have pretty low reliability right there. I do hope that is going to work out for our next Grand Prix. But with that said, guys, I think for this episode, this has been it. Pretty much the worst race ever so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway, so I hope you guys are liking where I'm going with this stuff. I do feel there's a lot of potential left in the cars now that we're actually improving on the engines and everything. Obviously, we're very low right now, but once we actually improve the performance of the engine, I do hope that we are going to get ourselves up there somewhat. But yeah, with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new around the channel and enjoy this episode and would like to stay around for more content, also definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon right next to it to stay up to date on any future upcoming episodes. And with that said, guys, as always, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.